Bom dia. Retirement. We all dream of the day when life will allow us to take a step back. But how much money is enough money? Now, this is a great question, and many of us worry whether we will have enough. Today, we are going to go through the question of how much do we really need in order to have a safe and happy retirement. Let's go. It'll be fun. Vice divertido. While we discuss the topic of the day, we're off on another adventure to the north side of Madeira Island, Portugal. Like most days, they start with us hopping into our 1970 bug, which we brought with us for the United States when we came. By the way, I'm Alan, and I'm here with my wife Leslie and our son Wolf. We have been here since 2021. Having sold everything we owned, except for the bug, we set off on this new adventure in life. We talk about our process, steps, and emotions in order to create this new adventure. We try to bring new ideas and sometimes just talk about the old ones nobody likes to speak out loud about. We hope you will enjoy the journey along with us. For this walk, we finally have our drone and are still learning how to fly it and not crash it. But as in life, everything is a step-by-step process. We went on an easy, short 4-kilometer walk on a trail called Caminho para todos. This is a great first walk. No scary parts. It has lots of railings and a coffee shop at the end. Last we walked it, it was muddy as can be, but today it was perfect. What could be better? And we know it has a big parking lot at the end with bathrooms. The walk starts at Pico das Pedras and goes until Queimadas, where we say hi to a few ducks and have a coffee. The flowers were fantastic. We had not done this one in a while, and we're so happy with our choice for the day. The subject of the day. How much money is enough money? And will 600,000 do it? This has lots of moving parts to unpack. But first and foremost, everything is a matter of perspective. Our perspective is always limited to the parameters that we put on it. You know what I mean. When you start out in life and made $20,000 a year, you thought you were king of the hill. You had your first place, probably shared it with some others to help reduce costs. It had mold growing in the corners of the bathroom. Nobody to tell you what to do or when to do it. Life was good, very good. Then time kept moving forward. Your income grew, and so did your responsibilities and expenses. So if you had $20,000 today, could you do it? I bet most of you said not a chance. But let me ask, why? We are viewer supported. If you enjoy our videos, we invite you to join our Patreon community. Let's look at this from a couple different perspectives and talk about the parameters we place on our decisions. For the first one, if you only had $10,000 in savings, but you had a pension that provided $2,000 a month, and then added the average Social Security for a couple of about $2,800 a month, could you figure out a way to live your next adventure on $4,800 a month, or almost $58,000 a year? Some of you thought, sure, I can make that happen. And some of you thought you'd be starving and living in a pop-up tent if those were your parameters. And some of you thought, I already do that. Fantastic. These numbers loosely translate to what your savings of $600,000 could provide you over a 30-year retirement using the 4% rule. The second perspective. You have $600,000 in savings with no pension, but you have the same average Social Security for a couple of about $2,800 a month. The $600,000 could potentially produce about $24,000 a year, or the same $2,000 a month using the same old-fashioned 4% rule. Which means you could effectively have the same $58,000 a year, or $4,800 a month, in order to create your next adventure of life as the first couple. Now, is this the money at the same guaranteed income as the first? No. But we figure if you save this amount, You can either figure out how to manage your investments yourself or through your financial advisor in order to safely cover your needs. We have researched and spoken with many different people regarding their retirement savings and dreams. We all have different needs, perspectives, and parameters that we put on our next adventure. The number one thing to keep in mind when reading articles or watching videos is that lots of them will get you to the end and have you thinking that your life is over. You will never get to retire. You should just give up. You did absolutely nothing right. Many indicate that if you do not have at least 1.2 million in retirement savings, plus Social Security, and maybe even a pension or two to pull from, that you somehow are in the minority. But let's start by saying that, as of today, you have what you have, and you can make it work. You just have to make choices to allow your money to work for you and adjust your parameters. So, what are the choices that generally come to the top of everyone's list? As you get closer to go time, you should be doing the following in order to help secure your future. Number 1, pay off all debts. Don't go out and buy new cars and things that rack up debt. You want to allow yourself the freedom to make choices in the future, and debt does not equal financial freedom. 2, in the last 5 years of employment, push as much as possible into your savings. Many people find that they have the ability to save more in these last years, but lots of times they get lost, thinking, this is the last chance I'll have all this extra money, and then they start spending more instead. We recommend that you go for the save more idea. 3, spend time learning to invest and manage money. Even if you have a financial advisor, it's always good to be able to double check someone else's work and fully understand how their recommendations are the ones that are best for you. Number 4. Now, this is one you don't hear about often, but we love it. Get yourself a budgeting app like YNAB. YNAB stands for You Need a Budget. And it is perfect for everyone, even if you have millions to work with. We are going to bet that you think you know where you spend all your money, but YNAB is the way to learn what you do not know. Number 5, run the numbers and decide what you can realistically expect to have to live on. This is truly the fun part. Ask for help if you need it, because now you get to redesign your life to fit within these numbers. When redesigning your life, you may need to make some changes to your original plans. Maybe you always dreamed of having 2 homes, one where you've always lived and the other one may be at the beach. Does your number say that if you stay where you're at, life is not going to be very fun? If so, we say you need to choose fun and change the parameters. That may mean that your children and grandchildren are just going to have to come visit you in your new home across town or around the world. You may need to sell your home and move to a more cost-effective one. In our case, that meant overseas. Don't forget to design in things like healthcare. This is a very high expense, and based upon your choice of retirement locations, could make or break the quality of life that you will live. Maybe you are able to keep a home near the children and grandchildren, and your second home becomes a camper that will allow you to travel around cost-effectively. There are just so many different ways to create your next dream adventure. Don't limit yourself, because life is short. So you've listened to all of this and thought, nope, we still can't do it. Why not create another income stream? We all have worked our entire lives, and, what a surprise, we are actually experts in something after all that time. Remember, there are many people out there trying to learn about the things we take for granted. For example, I am a mechanic. I owned my own business for many years. My wife is a horticulturist, ran stores, was a buyer, and is a financial coach. We have so many things that we're very good at that we can pull from and help others along the way. We are great at traveling on what most people think is nothing, and we can rub the nickels together better than most. Just like everyone else, we also have a lot of coulda, shoulda, and wouldas to pull from to help others not repeat our mistakes. We know that with time and patience, you can make your numbers work. And that's all relative. If I have always lived on $500,000 a year and needed to figure out how to live on $250,000, it would seem overwhelming. So whether the numbers are 100,000 or 50,000, it doesn't really matter. We have redesigned a life that allows us to live comfortably. Travel through Europe, which you might be surprised to learn how cost-effective this can be done. Experience a new country, language, and culture. We are glad that you're here with us and hope you continue to come along. We have many new and exciting upcoming plans that we will be sharing with you over the next coming months. Let us know what we can help you with. For example, planning your journey from the scouting trip through getting settled in your new country. Join us on Patreon, where you can find free articles and helpful tips, as well as paid subscriptions to fit your needs. We hope you continue to come along with us on our new adventure. Life is short. We should have done this sooner. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to help us grow. The next stage in your life is a journey.